I'm Chris Lindell, the chair of Rotary District 5970 Global and Peace Scholarship Committee, and a member of the Rotary Club of Cedar Rapids. Global Scholars advance Rotary's mission to promote service to others, promote integrity, and advance world understanding, goodwill, and peace. Recently, I interviewed Becca Draus, who is our 2020-21 Rotary District Global Scholar. Becca is a wonderful example of advancing Rotary's mission through providing service to others and advancing world understanding, goodwill, and peace. Let's have a listen.
My name is Becca Draus. I grew up in St. Donatus, but went to school in Bellevue, Iowa, where I went to Marquette Catholic School System. After graduating from Marquette, I went to Loras College in Dubuque, where I majored in elementary education and got endorsements in reading and special education, as well as a minor in classical studies. After graduating from there, I was a teacher for 4 years. But now, after teaching for so many years, I was at a different point in my life, and I thought it'd be neat to study abroad. So I was looking at different schools abroad. And when I was looking into scholarships through the schools, I had one of the schools say, well, have you checked with your local Rotary? And that was an amazing moment. So I reached out to Linda Nudd, who is a part of Bellevue Rotary, and I've known just through different activities. But yeah, she immediately jumped into action and was getting me information about that. So that is how I got started with the Global Grant Scholarship. I studied in Glasgow, Scotland at the University of Strathclyde, and I was studying information and library sciences. My sponsoring club was Bellevue Rotary, and my hosting club was Charing Cross Rotary of Glasgow.
You had a few special challenges with
Yes.
the years that you went overseas, so give us a little idea. What was it like doing a study abroad during COVID?
It was a very different experience. So obviously COVID hit spring of 2020, and I was set to go over fall of 2020. The world was still in turmoil. We still weren't sure about vaccines or what was the proper protocols for things. So I did get to go over. I arrived in mid-September 2020, and I had to quarantine right away. But one of the first challenges I found is I didn't have food, and I didn't have like bed sheets and stuff like that. So Charing Cross Rotary was in touch right away to see how I was settling. And when I mentioned this challenge, they gathered stuff like I got dishes, I got a box of food, and they brought it and left it outside the flat so I could go and grab it and bring it back in, which was amazing. I imagine if I didn't have that scholarship, I would have been in a very tight spot. I wouldn't have had connections to help me out like that. I made wonderful friends, got to meet so many different Rotary clubs.
The Rotary clubs.
And that's what, at that time over there, they were all meeting via Zoom.
Oh, okay.
So if it would have not been COVID times, I'm sure I would have traveled still to go talk in person to some of the clubs, but I might not have had the reach that I was able to have. Because I think I met with 10 or 11 different Rotary clubs while I was over there. Yes, I was in Scotland. Some people might say, oh, how different is Scotland really from the US? But a part not everyone knows is I stayed in a flat on campus. And so with that, the school provided me with roommates, flatmates, as they call them over there. And I had one from Italy. I had one from Hong Kong. I had one from Greece and China and Zambia. And so I got to meet people from all over the world. I got to make those connections and promote it. So I think a person that would be a good candidate would be a person who is made up their mind and is determined to study abroad. If the person is uncertain and has questioning it, they're not going to feel as like they're able to reach out. They're going to question if this is something they want to do. I think this person has to be really determined, ready to step out of their box, ready to live a new experience. It's just not a day of something new. You're constantly meeting new people, having new experiences, traveling new places. So someone who's ready to, dare I say, explore who they are a bit more out in the world. I think it's really just word of mouth, getting out there. And if someone makes sure you tell your friends, oh, we have this scholarship. Because like I said, I had someone ask me about my experience, but they are someone who's beyond their undergrad now, and they've been out in the world a couple of years. So it's only once that person's ready for the change and they're ready to explore something new.
So you're open to speaking to Rotary clubs about being a Global Scholar?
Absolutely, yes. I did that, like I said, over in Scotland, and I was prepared to do it when I got home, but there were still some things happening in the world when I got home, so.
We're so pleased that you were able to take advantage of Rotary Global Scholarship and be part of the District 5970 program. And is there anything else I didn't ask that you wanted to share?
Only that I am beyond grateful that I had this opportunity. Like I said, it changed my life, total different trajectory. One of the hard parts is I fell in love with Scotland, and I'm already like, when can I go back? And it's funny because before I left, Rotary provided a folder, and it had information to know about when you're traveling, like things like when you get back, you are going to find it difficult. And at the time, it was like, oh, I'm not worried about it, it'll be fine. And then you come home and you go, oh my gosh, that experience was such a change, and it changed my perspective on life and stuff like that. So I am so, so grateful to Rotary. I can't speak its praises enough for providing this opportunity.
Yes.
Well, congratulations. Thank you very much, Becca, for sharing your time with us and also your words, and look forward to working together to find more Global Scholars.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Becca. Our world needs more Global Scholars like Becca, and each year, the Scholarship Committee and the district would like to sponsor at least one Rotary Global Scholar. How, you ask? Well, it's relatively simple. A Rotary Club sponsors an applicant for a global grant. Approved global scholarships are paid for by a combination of funds from the Rotary International Foundation and our district. A guide for clubs, colleges, and potential applicants is available at the foundation section of our district website, district5970.org. Global grant scholarships fund graduate-level coursework outside the United States or research for an academic year. The minimum grant amount is $30,000, and applications are due at least 180 days before a scholar departs for their studies. Well, finding global scholar applicants takes networking with folks who meet the qualifications. It needs to be somebody who has completed their undergraduate studies, isn't a Rotarian or related to a Rotarian, and has a passion that's related to one of Rotary's 7 areas of focus. And on top of that, they need to have an interest in studying in a country outside the United States for a year. We have nearly 50 Rotary clubs in District 5970, with around 1,900 Rotarians. And most importantly, we've got the connections in our communities to find the next Becca Draus to be a global scholar. Your Rotary club could be the next global sponsor club. Please visit district5970.org to learn more. Share this video with others. And for more information or questions, contact me at kiwirotary@mac.com or reach out to the chair of the District Foundation, John Wasta, at john.wasta@gmail.com. Thank you for your support of Rotary.